Buyers, here we go. Here's the best way to make it work, or here's a really good way to make it work. Buyer strategy. It is a great time to buy a house. Why? Because we can manage interest rates over time, but we cannot ever manage the price we bought a home at. Once you purchase a property and spent the money to buy that property, it is done. You cannot go back in time and change your purchase price. But what you can do is manage your interest rate. For example, if you were to go buy a $500,000 home today and you had an interest rate of 7% from your lender and you negotiated a buy down of 0.5% that you're able to pay to your lender and get your rate to 6.5%, you've now taken $100,000 out of pocket towards your down payment, assuming you did 20%, you could do less, you could do more. You've got a 6.5% interest rate that the seller has likely paid for the reduction of 0.5%. And you've got a principal and interest payment of around $2,528. So at the end of the year, you've got about $29,000 in additional appreciation plus the $4,500 give or take that you paid down in principal. So you got $25,000 at 5% appreciation on $500,000, $25,000, and then you add $4,500 for about $29,500 of additional equity. Now let's let that roll another year and we appreciate again 5%. Now we've got a home that's valued at $551,000. You've had the $29,000 down payment, you had about another $26,000 in there, and you're right around somewhere around $61,000 in equity and appreciation of additional value in your home. That's pretty good. So now you want to take that and you're like, well, I'm paying 6.5%, but rates have gone down. Let's refinance it. Let's go to 5.5% or let's go to 6%. Let's even just drop it to 6% and save it or an extra 0.5 point. So let's take it down to 6%. We refinanced it only for 0.5 point, which may not make sense, but for the purposes of our example, we're gonna do that. Because we have the $161,000 in equity and appreciation, everything built up, now we're gonna refinance a loan of only $385,000, give or take, at 6% interest rate, and our principal and interest payments could be around $1,700. That's pretty good because you bought the house a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, at $50,000. Now let's say that we waited for interest rates to go down instead of buying then, and we're buying now when the home is $551,000. You buy it, put 20% down, so now you're doing $110,000, right? That's more money out of pocket just to start. And then instead of a 6.5%, let's go ahead and just say it's done at 5.5%. Now your monthly principal and interest payment on the $551,000 house with an 80% loan to value payment is gonna be around $2,500. So you're saving whatever, 25 bucks. Great, but you have no other additional interest, you have no equity in it other than the $110,000 and you're 3 years behind. So now you're comparing, yes, I have a 5.5% interest rate, but my payment is still $2,500 a month and I have no additional equity, or I have a $1,700 payment and I got $161,000 in equity built up and I'm 3 years ahead of this guy. It makes sense. Control what you buy for a home, manage the interest rate, and not just wait for the interest rate to go down, but take advantage of it now and control your destiny and your wealth.